Hello, everyone, and welcome to the UFC Hunger Games. Now, I don't even want to begin to explain. I'm just going to tell you this. I'm going to need a wig after trying to prepare this video. But today, everyone has been turned into a UFC fighter of some form, some kind, from some class, all duking it out for the top three spots. I mean, what can go wrong? Let's see what happens. The bloodbath. As the tributes stand on the podium, the horn sounds. Jack Napier runs. Melania runs. Alpha Dog runs. Locane, Scarecrow, and Dickhead work together to get as many supplies as possible. Rebel runs. Howitzer runs. Herman runs. Rhea takes a handful of throwing knives. Kazuma Kirya runs. Razor runs. Nox runs. A lot of running away. The One runs. Miss Psychotic finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Wonder what she'll do with that. Abin runs. OHC runs. Lone Shark runs. Man, none of y'all want to approach the cornucopia and do something? Come on, fist to fist. Y'all are used to it. Stomper grabs a backpack and retreats. Stone Cold Kill runs. Fonzie finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Tommy Lee snatches a pair of sais. Accident sets space on fire with a Molotov. Man, it's been a while since I've seen a Molotov kill. Accident's got turned into a woman. Can't help but laugh at that one. Specialist runs. The Diamond runs. Unk spears VP in the abdomen, killing them. Oh, very bloody too. You should have seen the way it squirted. Graphic. Actually, you might not want to see it. Captain Spaulding runs. Sniper Killer takes a spear from inside of the cornucopia. The first person to make it inside the cornucopia. I'm gonna take a drink. Oh God, I probably shouldn't have been dramatic. Oh, excuse me. Back to the games. Sigurd finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. The Top G runs. Battle runs. Goatee runs. Fallen finds a backpack full of camping equipment and runs. Death Note grabs a backpack and retreats into the woods. Day 1. Captain Spaulding starting everything off with camouflaging himself into a bush. Hashtag Bush Games. Unk and Rebel work together for the day. The Lone Shark thinks about home, and if he'll ever see his family again. How he used to spend time in the meadows watching the grass grow. Now how he only wishes he could go back to that. Instead, he must paint it red with blood. Stuff. Herman diverts Sniper Killer's attention and runs away. Specialist sprains her ankle while running away from Scarecrow. Abin tends to Battle's wounds, which in this game is never smart. You should just let him die. One less competition. Locane sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Miss Psychotic chases Dickhead. I'm a terrible person. I'm going to hell. Sigurd makes a wooden spear. Razor discovers a cave. Goatee, the Top G, and Death Note hunt further tributes. Accidents tries to spear fish with a trident, having zero luck. Tommy Lee camouflages himself into the bushes. Everyone's going for the bush strat. Melania, they just vibing, they picking flowers, they don't even know what's going on. They just kind of got dropped into the games by their parents. Tragic story. Tragic. Tragic, let my speech. Jesus, I can't talk. The One constructs a shack. Stone Cold Kill defeats Fonzie in a fight, but spares her life. Now, see, that's another thing you don't do in a Hunger Games. Jesus, guys, come on. Where's the blood? Alpha Dog tries to sleep through an entire day. I mean, not the best, or probably not the worst strategy for the first day. Conserve your energy. Jack Napier receives explosives from an unknown sponsor. Howitzer receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Kazuma Kiryu and OHC split up for resources. Stomper, Ray, and the Diamond hunt further tributes. Nox runs away from Fallen. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 1. Death Note stays awake all night. Jack Napier sees a fire but stays hidden. Howitzer fends Kazuma, Alpha OG, and OHC away from their fire. Locane and Goatee huddle for warmth. Even the pictures match up for that one. Never know what goes down with the cuddling. It's usually a snap of the neck or a strangle of the backpack strap. You never know. Ray sees a fire but stays hidden. Smart move. Sniper Killer, Rebel, Unk, Accidents, and Herman sleep in shifts, protecting one another. Yep, see, this is what happens. Stomper strangles the Lone Shark with a rope. Specialist kills the Top G with his own weapon, the Humiliation. Tommy Lee and Miss Psychotic tell stories about themselves to each other, hoping that if one of them lives on, they'll all have a story to tell. Stone Cold Kill convinces Captain Spaulding to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Oh wow. Stone Cold, that's a bit stone cold, don't you think? Scarecrow fends Abin, Nox, and Battle away from her fire. Oh, choked on oxygen. Dickhead questions her sanity. Fonzie, Fallen, and Razor sleep in shifts. The Diamond looks at the night sky projected beautifully across the horizon, knowing they're trapped in a little bubble. Maloney and the One run into each other and decide a truce for the night, deciding it doesn't have to come to fisticuffs so soon. They can relax, be friends, vibe. Sigurd receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Day 2. Jack Napier and Dickhead split up to search for resources. Alpha OG makes a wooden spear. I always read that as Alpha Dog for some reason. The One thinks about home and if he'll ever see anything ever again other than this damned arena. Sigurd shoots a poisonous blow dart into Melinia's neck, slowly killing them. Vicious, but I love it. Kazuma tries to spear Fish with a trident. Fallen diverts Battle's attention and runs away. Razor receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Sniper Killer runs away from Howitzer. Stone Cold Kill and Abin hunt further tributes. Specialist and Locane hunt further tributes. Goatee 989 discovers a cave. Ooh, that might be cool. Oh no. Ray, OHC, and Unk track down and kill Miss Psychotic. Must have been for something she did outside of the games. Death Note received a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tommy Lee discovers a cave. Scarecrow? They just vibing about in the field, picking flowers, being a scarecrow. Stumper overhears Rhea and Fonzie talking in the distance, but decides to keep his distance because that's the only thing keeping him alive. Herman is pricked by thorns while picking berries. I don't know if we ever proved that to be fatal or not. Maybe it's just something that can be fatal. Accident kills Nox as he tries to run away. Nope, looks like running didn't work this time. The Diamond searches for a water source. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. And I'm going to take another drink, so you're probably going to hear a sip in the distance. Night 2. Unk defeats Ray in a fight, but he spares her life. Albin begs for the One to kill her. He reluctantly obliges, killing Abin. Come on, guys, you can't give in. Where's the bloodbath? We need some true blood. Stone Cold Kill looks at the projected night sky, thinking, damn, really doesn't beat the view back home. Stomper, Jack Napier, and Fallen sleep in shifts. Scarecrow quietly hums. Locane receives explosives from an unknown sponsor. Razor receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. The Diamond receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor, starved after a couple of days in this arena with nothing. Kazuma cooks her food before putting her fire out. Specialist receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Tommy Lee thinks about home and playing video games when he gets there. Rich as hell. Dickhead, Sigurd, Battle, and Herman tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood, knowing that soon all of them will be dead. Goatee cries himself to sleep because he knows he's probably also dying here. Alpha OG, Howitzer, Death Note, and OHC tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Rebel sees a fire but stays hidden. Smart move. Fonzie stays awake all night, trying not to die. Sniper Killer loses sight of where she is and nearly walks off a cliff. Shocking she didn't. And accidents is awoken by nightmares of things he's had to do while in the arena. I still hope the recording's going just fine, by the way, because I have no idea. This is a new setup, so I could be talking to myself. Scarecrow, Stone Cold Kill, Rebel, and Unk hunt further tributes. Specialist and OHC threaten a double suicide. It fails and they both die. Damn, you're supposed to threaten the double suicide at the end, and I also kind of wonder if the double suicide actually works. I mean, if it always, I've seen it fail multiple times, but that means it's got to have a passing success, right? And if it passes, what does that mean? Stomper searches for a water source. Herman, Jack Napier, and Sniper Killer get into a fight. Sniper Killer triumphantly kills them both. Sniping fingers. I don't know who is who in there, but Tommy Lee diverts Fonzie's attention and runs away. Rhea receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Kazuma makes a wooden spear. Alpha OG hunts further tributes. Death Note receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. The diamond attacks the one, but he manages to escape. Fallen sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate because he doesn't want an arrow in the back of his head. Ooh, speaking of, Dickhead severely slices Battle with a sword. Sigurd divides Razor's attention and runs away. Howitzer is pricked by by thorns while picking berries. Accidents chases Locane. And Goatee just constructs a shack, content with living there for the rest of his life, all of 3 days. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Let's check everyone's status, see how everyone's doing. Looks like 2 kills seems to be the most. Lots of alive, lots of dead. Nate 3. Alpha OG cooks his food before putting his fire out. Sniper Killer looks at the night sky, slowly drifting to sleep. Rebel lets Death Note into his shelter. I mean, we all know what happens there. Stone Cold Kill is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth, likely to die of hypothermia by the morning. Kazuma fends Sigurd, Fallen, and Stomper away from her fire. The diamond passes out from exhaustion. Howitzer, trapped under a rock, screams for help, but to no avail. Razor tries to sing herself to sleep, with no luck. Goatee questions his sanity in his little shack. Accidents receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Dickhead receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Real, Ankh, and Locane sleep in shifts, desperate to protect one another till the end. Tommy Lee convinces the one to snuggle with him. We all know what goes down there. And Scarecrow pushes Fonzie off a cliff during a knife fight. I mean, that you guys should have seen it. I mean, Scarecrow come running out of these bushes, and Fonzie, he was just taking a piss off a cliff, and suddenly he's got a knife in his chest and he's falling down. I mean, it was all pretty dramatic, but it's rated R18, so I mean, we can't show it to you. But it was awesome, trust me. You just had to be there. Day 4. Ray attacks Stomper, but she manages to escape. Goatee receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tommy Lee receives medical supplies. Stone Cold sees smoke rising in the distance. Getting too fast on me now. On myself. In the distance, but decides not to investigate. Accidents goes hunting, desperate for some food. Death Note diverts Dickhead's attention and runs away. Monk defeats Rebel in a fight, but spares her life. Not something to do. It causes your own death. Sigurd discovers a river and a source of clean water. Sniper kills Locane with an uncommon item that they don't rarely use, a sickle. The one and Kazuma hunt for the tributes. The Diamond questions his sanity and why he put himself through the creation of this Hunger Games. Also, shout out to the Diamond. He's the one who came up with the whole UFC fighters. Sorry. And yeah, he kind of spearheaded most of it. Found me the pictures, bared with me through all of the pain and suffering that came with this game. Moving on, Alpha OG chases Scarecrow. Fallen bashes Howitzer's head against a rock several times, and it proved to be lethal. I mean, the blood spray was awesome, but oof, the brutality in Fallen's eyes. Razor collects fruit from a tree. Arena event. The remaining tributes begin to hallucinate. And you're going to hallucinate the sound because it's totally not happening. Blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't drink it like that. It fizzes back up. Blah, blah. The one and Dickhead decide to jump down the rabbit hole to Wonderland, which turned out to be a pit of rocks. And, yeah, let's just say it, not a rabbit hole you want to go down. Unless you're Legoshi, then maybe. The diamond eats a scorpion, thinking it's a delicious or delicate dessert. Ooh. Oh. I just feel bad for him because after everything he went through, eating a scorpion, oh. That's a rough and new way to die. I mean, all of these are. Sigurd survives, just, having walked around in a circle the whole time. No one really wondered or knew what was going on with him, but I mean, he survived, hey. I'm gonna burp. Oh, excuse me if you could even hear that. Ray and Rebel, following the one in Dickhead's lead, decide to jump down the rabbit hole to Wonderland, which turned out to be the same pit of rocks. Tommy Lee survives. Goatee and Razor, I mean, it's just like a merry-go-round. They jump off the cliff to Rabbit Land. I mean, a lot of Legoshi's in this UFC championship. I mean, oh, whoa. Oh. Kazuma eats a scorpion thinking it's a delicate dessert. The Scarecrow survives. Ooh, here's a new one. Stomper drowns Fallen, who she thought was a shark trying to eat her. God, that's amazing. Stone Cold Kill and Sniper Killer decide to jump down the rabbit hole to Wonderland, which turns out to be a pit of rocks. Man, everyone's going down together. Alpha OG survives. Death Note survives. Unk survives. And Accidents survives. 14 lives were claimed by that event. Jesus, guys. That was insane. I loved it. Let's see who's all still alive. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 tributes left in the game. Wow. Night 4. Accidents, Tommy Lee, and Unk discuss the game and what might happen in the morning. I mean, they're down to the final 8. Anything could happen. Alpha OG, not having very much hope, cries himself to sleep. Sigurd kills Stomper as she tries to run away. Faulty move in the top 8. Death Note and Scarecrow run into each other and decide a truce for the night, deciding to watch each other's backs to get some sleep for the upcoming day. The feast. The cornucopias are replenished with food, weapons, supplies, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Unk's accidents and Scarecrow get into a Unk accidents and Scarecrow get into a fight. Unk triumphantly kills them both and steals all the memoirs. And while everybody else, while Sigurd decides not to go, he was camping in Goatee's shack, found it and decided to take it over. Tommy Lee decides not to go, instead deciding to work on his muscles. And Death Note, well, he was busy writing down the other candidate's name, so he didn't go to the feist either. And I guess the reason Alpha OG cried themselves to sleep was because they knew they were going to die of an infection. How unfortunate. I mean, it's one of the worst ways to go out in the top, 10, I'd say. Day 5. Tommy Lee questions his sanity as he stares off the edge of the cliff where everyone went down the rabbit hole, and while the bodies are still there. Unk thinks about home and if he'll actually ever see his family again, and Sigurd decapitates the Death Note with a sword. He was turned around writing in the book, and Sigurd just came up and said, and well, his head was clean off. I mean, his eyes twitched for 20 seconds, and then he stopped. It was actually kind of horrific. And with that, Tommy Lee, Unk, and Sigurd are our top 3. Now let's see who's going to take second and first. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 5. Unk and Tommy Lee talk about the tributes still alive and what might happen in the morning considering there's only 3 of them left, and Sigurd, just completely haggard from everything, passes out of exhaustion. Day 6. Sigurd hunts for other tributes, unlucky finding none of them. Tommy Lee practices his archery, hoping to get a lucky shot. And Unk, completely confused where he is, and taking himself into 3rd place, falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Man, I feel like that happens once every top 3 or something. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Are those birds chirping? Night 6. Sigurd falls into a pit and dies. Oh. Wait, where was Tommy Lee in that last night? I'm a little confused, but the winner is Tommy Lee from District 9. I'm a little confused by that. Where was Tommy Lee in the last one? Hold on, let's go and see the summary. Day 5, Sigurd decapitates Death Note with a sword. Night 5, no deaths occur. Oh, Night 6, Sigurd falls into a pit and dies, and the winner is Tommy Lee. Huh. Well, congratulations to our top 3. Tommy Lee, 50 credits. Sigurd, 25. Unk, 10. Congratulations to all our winner, and a special thank you to the Marshall, now named the Diamond, for coming up with this idea. Peace.